a magic trick, Mr. Blister.
Wouldn't it be better if you practiced being a head teacher, head person?
Wouldn't it be better if you practiced full stop, Memphis?
Now, I have a trick here which cannot fail, but I need an audience.
Oh, come in at once and be an audience for my son's magic.
Now, this is my disappearing trick.
Your father was good at that.
What, tricks?
No, disappearing.
I have here a bowl of eggs. Mr. Blister, will you please hold out your arms and cup your hands?
What for?
My disappearing trick.
You're not going to do anything with that saw, are you?
Of course not. You heard me say I have here a bowl of eggs.
I don't like eggs.
Mr. Blister, if you do not assist my son in his magic, you shall be fired. Right, Memphis?
Right, Mumsy. Now hold out your arms and cup your hands. I shall now place into your hands not one egg, not 2 eggs, not 3 eggs, but 4. I shall now take this scarf and place it over your hands.
That's the scarf you gave me for my birthday, Memphis.
Oh, and a lovely scarf, Mumsy, sweetie. I shall now wave my magic wand around the scarf, say the magic word, Jackanory, and I shall clap your hands together. You were supposed to let them roll up your sleeves.
How was I to know that?
My beautiful scarf ruined, you nincompoop, Memphis.
Any more tricks, sir?
Yes, this one.
And then Mr. Blister put the wastepaper bin on Mr. Rocket's head.
You've got to say it, the Rocket Academy is different.
I've got to say it, the Rocket Academy's different.
Oh, you know, things have changed a lot since I was at school.
Speaking of change, we've got new neighbours. They moved in this morning. I said a brief hello. What's their name? Jitter.
Pardon?
Jason and Mona Jitter. They seem very shy.
Well, I'm not surprised. We've never had any jitters on the road before. It's a funny name, isn't it?
Now then, Jerry, it's not the name, it's how people are that counts. Don't you agree, Julia? Yes, Mum. But Dad's right. Jitter is an unusual name.
Julia, are you going to be long in there? I'd like to wash my Steamroller Bravery Award in the sink.
No worries, Dad. I'll just transfer my experiment to the garden shed. I'm just waiting for something to change.
That's the great thing about our Julia. No trouble.
Kitchen's free, Dad.
Jason, I hope we're not going to have bother with the neighbours. I say, I hope we're not going to have bother with the neighbours.
The neighbours? No, Mona, I don't think so. That Mrs. Jekyll seemed like a nice woman when we said a brief hello.
Hello. Oh, this house needs a good airing, so do I. I'm going to go out into the
garden for a
minute.
Yeah. I'll start unpacking.
Vacuum.
There. All set.
Mona! That bang from outside. I nearly dropped Aunt Leslie's brown Betty teapot. What were you doing in the garden?
In the garden. There was a massive explosion from the neighbour's garden shed.
Go up the
We're
shed.
going to have to go in and have a word.
A word. More than that, Mona. I'm going to give them a piece of my
Your
mind.
mind. What?
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Jitter, settling in all right?
Well, we'd like to have a word with you and your husband, Mrs. Jekyll.
Oh, well, come in. Jerry's in the attic. Jerry! Can you come down at once? I've got the jitters in the living room.
Oh, do you want me to bring down your herbal medicine?
No, the new neighbours. Something's up. Sit down. Sit down.
What is that, might I ask?
A window?
We know it's a window, Mrs. Jekyll. What was that massive explosion?
Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Jitter, I presume.
Jason and Mona.
Jerry and Moira.
No, Jason and Mona.
No, we're Jerry and Moira.
Charmed, I'm sure.
We are not charmed,
No,
Jason.
we're not charmed.
We're here to complain about those awful explosions.
What awful explosions.
Those
awful explosions.
Oh, that's our daughter, Julia.
Yeah, she's doing a school experiment in the garden shed.
We're quite used to the odd bang, Jerry and I. What are we, Jerry?
Quite used to the odd bang, Moira.
Well,
We're
we're
not.
Do you mind if we have a word with your daughter? We'd like her to know that there are people living next door.
Oh, I think you'll find Julia a very charming young lady.
Listen, why don't you go through to the garden shed and introduce yourself to her?
Go on.
All right.
Boy, this is really tricky today. Now!
Now, see here, young lady.
Julia, keep that screwdriver.
Oh, there's a huge, hairy monster gun in the shed. Oh, that's Julia's school chum, Harriet Hyde. She probably came in through the garden gate. She's very shy, you know.
I'm not surprised with a face like that.
that. Did you see Julia?
Now to set the timer.
I've seen that sort of thing on the telly.
On the telly, Madam Monster is obviously some sort of guard, and the Jekyll's Julia is the brains.
Well, Jason, we'll nip in through the garden gate and find out what they're up to. And when we do, there'll be
No more explosions after that.
What do you mean, Nickers, you've got a great magic trick idea?
It's called a magic cabinet, Mr. Rocket, and it's a surefire hit. We can make it in carpentry class.
Oh, great! And who's the carpentry teacher?
You are, sir.
Oh,
You know, that head person made a right fool of our uncle this morning. Sharon, our Uncle Lester is made to be made a fool of.
Ah, my favourite nieces.
Cut the cackle, Uncle Lester.
All right, my only nieces. Go to the science lab. Lessons are in 1 minute.
Singing class! We'll sing here, the ceiling's higher, for our soaring notes.
Calculated observation is crucial to... Oh, this is impossible. Sharon, Nicola, could you please ask the Rockets to try and have quieter classes? I can't work with all that row going on.
Isn't the door at the back a bit obvious?
what?
Won't be when it's running properly. Mum, it's sticky. What is this? It's Mr. Rocket's magic cabinet. And what exactly is magic about it?
It can make you disappear. What do you two girls want?
Our uncle's science lesson isn't going too well. If you'll excuse me, Mr. Rocket.
Oh, of course, Julia, to go to Mr. Blister's class. And thanks for your invaluable suggestion.
Why don't you and Edward Knickers hop in? Try it for size. Oh,
Yeah, come on. That's it.
Wow. Okay, carpentry class is over. Everyone to our uncle's science class, or else. Don't move!
Blister, let me go.
Very good, Mrs. Rocket.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sisters.
Does your voice carry far, Mrs. Rocket?
Well, I know how to make myself heard, Nicola.
If you went a long way away, would we still be able to hear you from here?
Every note.
How about the roundabout on the way into town?
Easy peasy.
Prove it.
Oh, well, what will I sing?
How about a selection from the Sound of Music?
Oh, you're on. Just give me a few minutes to get there on my mountain bike.
Get to our uncle's science class, or else. Police. Yes, there's a mad woman on the loose. Yes, on the roundabout on the way into town. You can't miss her. She's in the middle, singing a selection from the Sound of the Music. Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
I will now add a vital ingredient to this compound mix to achieve maximum result. Did anyone notice my deliberate mistake?
Follow every rainbow
The door must have got stuck. Teething problems.
Who's had Mrs. Rocket arrested? How did you find out? Mr. Rocket has asked you to a special magic show in the school.
Oh, that should be exciting.
Well, you could say that again.
Oh, that should be exciting. When is it?
It was to be tomorrow night, but Mr. Rocket is busy getting his mother out of prison,
What's she in prison for?
causing a disturbance.
What
What sort of a disturbance?
She was singing gems from The Sound of Music in the middle of a roundabout.
Well, that's the trouble with civic authorities. They've no appreciation of progressive educational methods.
So when's the magic show now, love?
The day after tomorrow.
It's the jitters.
Oh, what do they want?
Well, I thought we should invite them in after that explosion in the shed to show we're normal people. Let them in, love.
Yes, your smiling face will pave the way, love.
For my next trick, the Casket of Knives. Now, for this trick, I will need a volunteer from the audience. You, sir. Sir, would you like to come up on stage?
No, I flaming well would not.
Mr. Blister, if you don't volunteer to come up on stage this minute, you're fired!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Casket of Knives. Now, I do not have to warn you of the dangers of knives. You are all sensible enough to know that. Therefore, you will appreciate the precision and exact timing of this trick. Mr. Blister, will you please remove your jacket and give it to my assistant, Mumsy? My assistant will now place the jacket inside the casket. I will close the lid and insert the knives inside the casket. I will now remove the knives. I will open the lid and give you back your jacket, which will remain totally unmarked. Oh no, that's not my jacket!
Thank goodness for that. We thought for one awful moment it was one of yours.
And now for the next trick of this display, the magic cabinet. Now for this trick I will need another volunteer from the audience.
I'll volunteer, sir.
Thank you, Julia. Step up. Would you please step into the cabinet? Julia will now disappear. My assistant and I will now turn the cabinet. My assistant will now open the doors.
And that's magic! Okay, now Julia's back next Thursday and Clarissa, she's on next.